It's rising.
And Liz.
And got the Chargers, the Patriots. Well, the Patriots at Chargers. The Chargers coming up a bye, so that sucks. That really sucks, actually. Patriots looked really good last week, but it was also the Jets. So, I mean, the Jets are the Jets.
Doesn't say
pretty
much.
Bad. I mean, to be fair, nobody else put 53 or 54 points on them and embarrassed them like that. So, I mean, Jets did beat Tennessee. So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, the last time the Patriots played the Chargers was a playoff game. I think it was 45-0.
No, it wasn't that high.
I'm pretty sure it was 45-0. You can look. That divisional round, I'm pretty sure it's the last time they played. Now, obviously, that was with Stephon Gilmore and just...
41-28.
Okay, 41-28.
So it wasn't a total blowout.
I remember them shutting them out at some
It was
point.
in 2019.
Oh, the last regular season game.
No, that was the divisional round in 2019.
Yeah, I know that was the divisional round.
You really want me to look this up
no,
right
it
now?
doesn't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure that... it doesn't matter. The team's completely different now. The Chargers are significantly better.
Yes, in 2020 we blew them out 45-0.
That's what I thought. But that's obviously completely
Cam
different.
Newton was on the team. Things were totally different.
Yeah, I remember. It was that was a weird game. And it was Herbert the first time I played him, so I mean he looked terrible.
He was
in
bad
that game.
last
He was horrible.
year.
I mean, he was good overall last year, just not in that game. He was pretty bad in that game. Belichick had his way with him.
Anyways, let's talk about tomorrow's game.
But that when you don't have your two of your best corners, then obviously you don't have the same defense. So ain't gonna be 45-0. I can tell you that.
Nah.
It's gonna be a tight game, I would imagine. With the injury report, Brandon King's out. David Andrews questionable with an ankle. Don't know when that happened. I imagine he'll play. They don't really have a backup center because their backup center is now playing on the guard because they moved Winwood to right tackle. Bentley with his ribs, Bourne with the shoulder. All these people are questionable. Carl Davis with a hand, Duggar with a neck. Folk forever injured with his knee. Godshaw with his finger. The guy they just brought up. He actually had a sack in that Jets game. Hightower with his ankle. Shaq Mason with an abdomen. Jonathan Smith with a shoulder. Hopefully Smith plays.
He traveled with the team.
Uche with a shoulder. That's a good sign. Van Noy with a groin. Sean Wade with a concussion. Dietrich Wise with a knee. And the Chargers have basically nobody injured other than Austin Eckler, which is a big problem for them because he is a pass-catching running back.
One of the best.
He's actually one of the best at it. He's actually really good. And he did not participate in practice, so...
Who knows?
If he does play, who knows how effective he'd even be. Drew Tranquil with a chest injury as well. Both questionable. That's it for the injury list. So the Chargers are obviously very good.
They're 4-2, so they got a good record right now.
Obviously a solid team. Herbert is a lot better than he was last year, and he was still pretty solid last year. He's actually really good this year. I mean, he's got a lot of good receiving talent, so that helps. And so pretty much the best thing the Patriots can do is exploit their weakness defensively, which is the run. They are, especially interior runs, the Chargers are horrific at stopping that. To be fair, they've played elite rushing teams, but they still rank, I think, 32 out of 32, which is still not good. They give up like 160 yards a game, some astronomical number. Which
Who
is
runs well up
not
the
good.
center?
Damian Harris. So it's going to be a major problem for the Chargers. If the Chargers stop Harris, they're going to win the game for sure. If they don't,
They're going to have
it's going to
a
be
problem.
tight. It's going to be tight. And when the Patriots pass the ball, they got to do what they did last week and spread the ball around because the LA has good corners and safeties. So, especially if they can get favorable matchups with Henry,
Yeah.
they can exploit that a bit.
That'll be interesting because he's facing his old team.
Yeah, I know. Henry's a good tight end. So, especially if Jonathan Smith also plays, they can do the 22 personnel. That would help.
Henry's been great for the Patriots.
Yeah, Henry's been really good. So, Patriots can win this game. despite the Patriots' record of 3-4, they're actually, I think, a good 3-4 team. Which I know sounds weird, but if you watch every game, except for that Saints game, they're in every game. They just didn't finish.
Yeah.
A lot of those close games, which is unfortunate. But compare the 3-4 Patriots and the 3-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Which team's better?
Patriots by a mile.
By a
The
lot.
Chiefs are terrible.
The Chiefs are an actual bad team.
They're bad. It's really funny, actually.
They're getting creamed by a lot of teams.
They just got creamed by the Titans, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the Chargers also got creamed in their last game, but I think that's an anomaly. But
Who did they play?
I think Baltimore.
Oh. But they just got creamed in a game too, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a weird year.
But Kansas City's routinely getting creamed. So I don't know. It's going to be hard because it's after a bye. Patriots really do need this game though. So I mean, it gets a little easier from here. I mean, I think
they play the Panthers next week.
They play the Panthers next week. The Panthers are up and down, to say the least.
And then after that, I don't know.
The Panthers.
I know December is going to be brutal for them because they have to play Buffalo twice.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to split Buffalo. They're going to have to at least beat them once.
But after the Panthers, I don't know what their
Browns,
game is.
I think.
See, it could be a 50-50 game too, because the Browns when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're bad.
Yeah,
so
the Browns are highly inconsistent, but to the Browns, I mean, they're
beat
one of those
them.
franchises that just
They should beat them.
they never seem to get it together for some reason. Like they're kind of like the Jets, except the Browns actually have a decent record this year, but I always feel bad for the Browns.
Yeah,
Their franchise
after the
suffers.
2 away games, I think there's a couple semi-easy games, and then December's just brutal for them with the 2 Buffalo games, which is weird to say that, but Buffalo's really good this year.
Oh, Buffalo was really good last year.
Yeah.
I mean, is what it is, John.
They're a stacked team.
I mean,
They
Josh
figured
Allen,
it out.
well, Josh Allen was in the MVP race until he got creamed last week,
Yeah.
and Bills were really bad to
Tennessee, right?
Tennessee, I think. Yeah.
Then who'd the Chargers play? Baltimore.
Yeah. The other.
Yeah, because Tennessee
played
ripped them
Baltimore.
apart with not Hunter Henry, the other one.
The other Henry, Derrick Henry. There's too many Henrys in the NFL.
They tore Buffalo apart with him. He scored like 3 rushing touchdowns.
I know. I'll never understand letting Derrick Henry beat you.
I wouldn't either. Patriots figured that out.
Well, no, they didn't. They let him run all over him in the playoffs.
True.
How do you not take away the one guy that's good on the team? I mean, this year they have Julio Jones too, so it's a little harder. But
True.
before that, they didn't really have a receiving core. Like, how do you not just stack the box and stop the guy? I don't get it. KC did, and they had no run game.
So the Chargers game, I think, is I mean, they can win
It's
the
a
game.
50-50
They
game.
just have to play a clean game,
They have to play.
above
They
average.
have to play at their level that they played last week.
Right.
And it's a 50-50 game. And
Yeah,
it'll
they
probably
hope-
come down to the last drive, I would guess.
If they open up the playbook like they did last week.
Yeah, I mean, spread the ball around, run the ball, 22 personnel with Harris up the middle.
You think Bolden will get any catches out of the backfield like he did last week?
Oh, probably, but who knows? The matchup thing, you could, if you need to check down. But, yeah, keep Herbert on the sideline with the runs, and they got a shot.
Definitely. This would be, if they won, it would be a big win in the AFC.
I think it'd be like a 24-23 kind of game, so.
Yeah, I think
don't know.
it'll be close, but
I think they're just going to win. I think it's actually a good matchup for them because of
the run.
the Chargers' weakness against interior rushing, and Harris is
Very good
at
at that.
interior rushing, so they're set up to be able to win this game.
Clean
Just
game, no
gotta
fumbles,
exercise,
they'll win.
As
long as they don't fumble the ball, they'll win.
or execute, not exercise. They got to execute.
Yeah.
No fumbles, no turnovers. I don't expect Mac Jones to throw for 300 yards.
No.
That's not going to happen against the Chargers. They're a top tier team so far, anyway. But they are weak against that run up the middle. So
Take advantage of
take
it.
advantage, and then cut the possessions down, and you got a shot. So
Yep.
that's the plan, anyway. I think, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Should be a good game. Well, whatever.
It's a 4:00 game too. It's a later game, which makes sense because they're on the West
It's
Coast.
in LA. It's on
yeah.
the West Coast. It can't be a 7:00 game.
Yeah, that would be.
They're never going to play a primetime game in LA.
Aren't there late games though sometimes for football? There's like 8:00 game, like super late games that start late for like West Coast games.
Rarely.
Sometimes.
I think so, but I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I don't know if the Chargers play a primetime game at home.
I don't know. We do. I think we play home against Buffalo.
Yeah, but we're on the East Coast. It's a little different when you're on the West Coast, and it's 3 hours later, and you start a game at 11 o'clock.
That's true.
So, they don't usually do that. But I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully we can win the game. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
By
It's
the
not gonna be
way,
easy.
Bengals. How about that game ending interception?
That wasn't the Bengals.
It was the Bengals and the Packers.
It was the Cardinals.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Well, the Bengals suck anyway.
What do you mean the Bengals?
I get my teams mixed up
How do you-
into colors.
AJ Green is not on the Bengals.
Well,
anymore.
that's what I thought, so.
AJ Green is
How
on.
about that goal line
the Cardinals.
interception, you idiots? Ruin your record for that.
God, AJ Green, dude. You don't belong in the NFL after that. That's so embarrassing. Who run blocks with 15 seconds left with no timeouts? There's no way it's a called run. It cannot be a called run because if you don't score, game over. Or you spike the ball and you lose a play. Man.
That is the dumbest thing I've seen in a while.
Supposedly, from what I read, he thought the pass was going to the other side of the field, but that doesn't explain to me, why are you run blocking? He did a textbook downfield run block as a receiver. Why?
I had to bring that up.
I mean, that would be like, if anybody ever did that on the Patriots, Belichick would be like, dude,
Bye.
you're cut, gone, bye. Oh my God, you're benched at the very least if you're a really good player. You're benched for a quarter or a half or something.
They'd be on the next
Oh
bus out
my
of Boston.
God. How horrible. Like, I don't know what happened to AJ Green. I mean, I know what happened to him, injuries, but
Yeah.
honestly, I think what actually happened in that Cardinals game, he zoned out.
That's what it looks like.
He zoned out. He
Just lost
just
focus.
lost focus and zoned out. And they're using the audible thing as an excuse because it doesn't make any sense. He clearly one blocked.
Yeah, he clearly zoned out at the end. Just lost his
And
focus.
you're not going to call a called run with Kyler Murray to the outside when, first of all, the guy's hurt on his leg. And secondly, even if he wasn't, you have no timeouts left. He gets tackled. Game over. You have 15 seconds left. It takes you 5 seconds to run the ball and then another 8 to 9 seconds to spike the ball. 15 seconds is barely enough time for that, maybe. And then you got to kick a field goal. So you cost yourselves the complete chance at the win if you do that.
Yep.
Makes no sense.
Well, the playoffs are going to be real interesting this
Yeah.
year. That's all I know.
I mean, if the Cardinals did call a run there, they deserve to lose.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on.
That's the equivalent of, oh, they're going to do a last-second Hail Mary? Oh, I know. Let's do an all-out cover zero blitz.
Or
That's like trying to lose the game.
Or like what the Seahawks did in the Super Bowl. Oh, let's not run the ball when we have to bench
1
running
yard
back
line
on the
with
team.
a minute left.
Let's just throw the ball into the end zone.
They had like 30-plus seconds. They had enough time to run the ball again.
Let's just throw a slant
It was
over the
a
middle.
completely different situation. This is like 15 seconds. You're on the 10-yard line. You don't want to run. You don't want to run the ball anyways. You don't want to get closer. You want the space for the routes.
Yeah, right.
So
I had to bring it up because it was just so silly.
yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It is. It's the dumbest wide receiver play I've ever seen. That's bad. That's bad. How can you be a number one receiver and do something that boneheaded?
Beats me. Good thing we never traded for him.
Yeah, no kidding. That's insane. Whatever. So, good luck, Chargers fans. Your team's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Herbert's been good.
Yeah.
Hopefully Belichick. Maybe Belichick can make him look foolish again, but I would be surprised. But we'll see. So, I'm hoping the Patriots win by 1 point or 2 points. 23. I'll go for 24-23.
I'll say 24-20.
That sounds good. All right. Take care.